Hello, Internet. We're alive!
Woo!
Woo, we're back after a week hiatus. And,
You're
uh,
correct. You're back after.
that's right.
You
Last week you
are.
guys ran a one shot. Matt, how did that go? Was that awesome?
um,
It was really good.
Yeah, it was fun.
thanks. Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fun. There was lots of blood.
Lots of
Um,
blood. Okay.
yes, most of it not the parties, although a lot of it was the parties. Yes, although I think Chris's character bled the least.
Mm-hmm.
The
No,
best.
incorrect. Cody's character, who kind of just stood in the
Darkness.
background and slang some spells.
Nice.
It was good.
Cool, man. That's, um,
That
oh,
was my
Matt,
first time DMing. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
that
was
is
great.
awesome,
That was a
man.
lot to keep track of.
Yeah, there is a
It
lot.
really is, though.
Also, the main baddie was a what was it? It was a yeah, it was
Marmaduke.
a Mamura
There we go.
Thank you.
piloting a mechanical minotaur.
Oh
So
my
that was fun.
god.
And before that, they
So,
fought a
name.
blood infused water elemental. So a blood elemental, essentially.
Yes.
That's insane.
It was a
Oh,
lot of fun. Yeah.
Did you give it like any extra ability since it was made of blood?
No, I just kind of treated it as a water elemental.
Okay, that's pretty
Um,
sweet.
yeah, because it was like I didn't really nerf anything. If anything was nerfed, it was because I had um, simply forgotten to do it. Like essentially, you guys before you even got there, there was supposed to have been like this massive shockwave from the thing, but I forgot.
oh. But
Oh
I forgot.
no, it's okay.
Because there was a lot. Yeah. So you got there, and it was a fun time. Yeah, it was
It
good.
was.
I gave
My
them all.
character
Yeah.
that I completely built around like healing and making sure the whole party would stay alive just died right away. And I'm like, damn it! The
Yep.
one thing
Yep.
I was supposed to do was not.
Yep. Not knocked out. No, that character died. It was
Just
pretty
was
great.
dead.
But they eventually got to the magical item that was the end of the whole thing, and it grants a wish, like the spell wish. Um, and Cody got to do it since he was the sorcerer, and the orb was infused with primal magic, the beginning of all sorcery, essentially. Um, and he wanted to be a dragon, but instead he chose to bring back the Kenku friend. Oh,
Aw.
yes.
Yeah.
It was actually Chris's idea. I think Cody was really thinking about being a dragon, but the paladin kind of brought back the morality for a second, as they do.
Like you do.
Mhm.
Like you do.
All right, cool
All right.
guys. Well,
Yeah.
I'm super pumped that you got to run, Matt.
Mhm.
And
I was happy.
uh, since I mean, I think Adam, you ran one once already, a one
And
shot.
one.
So if Chris or Cody, if either of you want to run one at some point, even
gotta-
even if I'm still like here and I just want to break or something, or if you guys have a good idea you want to just run.
I've run a one shot once.
Oh, that's all right.
The
I
one
have
is
a-
the one
I have
shot.
a cool idea thought of. I just gotta put everything into it now.
Put it to paper.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, are we set to go?
I'm about as ready as I'll ever be.
Nice. So, last time, our intrepid band of adventurers, Storm Animus, found themselves in the dark, cold, ancient temple of the Raven Queen. You had investigated this spot because you were trying to find out the source of some sort of blight that was taking over the Forgotten Forests. Deep in here, you had discovered many different passageways and fought many zombies and other vicious creatures, freeing a prisoner and solving a couple puzzles. And at the end of all that fighting, you decided you needed to take a long rest. In the night, all of you were assailed with terrible nightmares in your sleep, and A couple of you managed to get a full night's sleep. A couple of you did not, and didn't get as full of a recovery as you had hoped. After you woke up, you decided to immediately try and explore the last room seemingly available to you in this temple. And finding inside a terrible ritual of some sort going on. The walls themselves covered in these writhing body parts, and a imperious-looking figure standing with a large book in front of her, over this kind of large brass bowl. One of 3 that you have seen so far inside of this temple, 2 of which you have put blood into as some sort of sacrifice to the Raven Queen. Then, quickly deciding that this person was evil, it was time to fight this person. And you made battle with her, quickly finding out that she was probably a vampire.
This was all Paul's idea.
It was all Paul's idea. And also in the back of the room, you saw Whisper, a previous, acquaintance, who you had spent some time with. And she was tied up in the back of the room with chains. You fought this vampire, a long battle where these fleshy golem-like creatures were being reassembled in the middle of the room, and she made darkness all over and tried to stab you in the back or bite you and various things. After this long battle, you eventually seemingly slew her, but then she turned to this misty figure and seemed to be able to escape your grasp, unable to damage her in this form. Then you tried to, you're trying to wash her away with water, or you're trying to damage the Misty Form. The Misty Form got away, and then you went up to try and finally release Whisper. I believe Atreus got a hold of the book that seemed to be causing a lot of the damage and some of the darkness that would be going around in this room. Currently, it's in Atreus's possession, closed, but still streams of black energy seem to be coming out from the book and kind of infecting the walls of this temple. And as you all finally make your way back to the main temple chamber where Whisper had been bound, that's where we begin tonight's game. So, Storm Animus, what do you guys do?
She's still bound.
I believe that's where we left off, right? Yeah,
Oh, okay.
She was still bound.
Yeah, and I had called you to help. We got one of the chains undone, and I think I had called you to help.
All right, let me give it another shot. I'll give this a try. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to free her.
Okay.
With a crowbar?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take out my crowbar.
All right. Athletics with advantage.
Cool. And I have 1 level of exhaustion, so technically just normal. Ah, great, not good. 11.
11. You try and pry, but you are just too exhausted and too weak at this point, and are unable to open it up.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna pass off my crowbar.
Okay. All right, Gabriel. Athletics check.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, advantage because of the crowbar. Yeah.
Athletics. That is a 21.
All right, with the 21, you manage to pry the chain straight out of the wall using just your massive weight, leaning up against the crowbar, and goes, and the chain just bursts out from the wall and clatters to the ground. Was that the last one? You got 2 of them
Lovely.
out?
I had.
She broke one by herself in battle.
Okay. I'm just going to say, for the sake of brevity and story, you eventually get her free. by various means of prying it and either cutting the chain or what have you. You take the time needed to remove it from the wall. And she kind of slumps. She just kind of slumps to the ground, seemingly exhausted. You now notice a few extra things about her that you had not noticed before. Around her neck, there seems to be multiple bite wounds just all around her neck. And what also seems to be the beginnings, but not a quite completed tattoo that's just started on the right-hand side of her neck. It looks like basically rose thorns, like a kind of thorny vines that are shaped in a double helix that start making their way around, and it just looks like they're uncompleted. They kind of fade off as if they're not totally done yet. She's also she's just got she's saggy under the eyes, baggy eyes, bloodshot kind of. She looks terrible. She kind of pants as she gets to the ground and slowly gets herself back up. Thank you. What happened with the vampire?
We don't know.
Kind of floated off in that first room.
Damn it. Damn it.
I mean,
And
she's
she
gone now.
She
You
takes
could
one of the
probably.
chains and just chucks it across the room in anger. It slams against one of the pillars and a little bit of stone shatters off.
Okay.
We should probably get out of here. I'm thinking we get out of here as fast as we can.
Right.
I'm gonna show the book to Whisper. Do you have any idea? What we get? Does this help at all?
She sees the book and her expression seems to change. Her eyes almost glaze over a little bit, and she looks at it. Her eye twitches, and she says, "Give me the book. Give it to me. Now."
Do we...
What's so good about this book?
I just need it.
Why do you need
Here,
it?
I'm gonna put the book back, under my robe.
Yeah,
Does her eyes go back to normal? Does she kind of...
She looks at you still quite angrily. I need the book.
You need a drink of water, and I'll hand her the decanter. You need this now.
We need to get out of here. Let's get going here. I'm gonna attempt to help her up, because she doesn't look like she's able to really move super great, and
Right.
look like I'm helping, but I'm really just trying to get her towards the door.
Okay. You start helping her up, and she reluctantly accepts your aid. She continues to try and insist, despite how weak she is, saying, I need the book. It's very important.
What is so important about it? As I'm still
I
continuing.
just need it, okay? Why can't you people understand?
We've gotten out of the habit of just kind of doing things without knowing the repercussions, I suppose.
She turns to you her head's right next to yours, and her blood red eyes look just strange to you as they kind of twitch back and forth. The pupils are dilated, just super wide, and you get the sense that something is not right with her.
Right. Whisper, this is the temple of the Raven Queen herself. Do you feel any connection with her mistress?
I don't care about her right now. She abandoned me. I need that book.
And you'll get it as soon as we get out of here and back to town.
Right. We need to be somewhere safe before we open any books.
Damn it! And she goes to try and push herself away from you.
I'm gonna try to restrain her.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
13.
13. She rolls a 15.
Ah,
She
bitch.
manages to rip herself free of you and goes for like a tackling run towards Atreus.
How far? I'll get between them.
Yeah, can I just start? I'll back away or
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah,
run.
I mean, you can start running away.
okay.
And look here.
I thought she was by the door.
Right.
I'm not really looking at the map right now, guys. I'm
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just doing a theater of the mind.
Oh, sure.
So she breaks loose. I'm gonna say that you were just started moving, really with Whisper. But I'll say that Gabriel, you managed to get in between them. So what do you want to do?
I'll just kind of put my shield up and just kind of prevent her from coming any closer to Atreus. My goal, essentially.
She starts trying to just run around you.
I'll just. It's like nope.
Make an acrobatics check to try and
Oh dear.
see if you're agile enough to stay in between.
19.
19. In her weakened state, she looks lethargic as she tries to get back and forth around you. And for the next 10 seconds or so, you manage to keep her assailed. Just like, get out of my way, you stupid construct. And
I'll
tries
grab her by the chest and just slam her against the pillar.
All right, make an athletics check.
Ha. 6. No wait, sorry. No, that's not a 6. That is a 13.
13. She manages to duck out of the way and peel around you, and is almost on Atreus at this point. What's everyone else doing?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna be running
so-
after her,
yeah,
make an
can you
attempt
just-
to get to her.
yeah.
Okay.
Can you describe like relations to everybody? How far away?
Okay, so I'm going to say Atreus was like halfway through the room with the book. Ortok, Gabriel, and Aaron were all closer to the brass bowl. But Gabriel managed to like intercede the space between. But I'm going to say Aaron and Ortok are closer to the brass bowl.
Sure. And she is.
And she's like just behind Gabriel, moving towards Atreus.
Okay, so I would have, if I wanted to say, knock her over with a jet of water, hypothetically speaking, I would be able to make that attempt.
You can certainly try, yes.
I can certainly try.
You can
And try, I certainly will. Let's knock her over. Let's use Hydroblast.
Okay, what do they have to do?
Just fall over and be wet. No, they have to. Let me pull up that thingamajigger. I believe it's a strain save. Sorry, I usually have these ready. Come on. Okay. Decanter, run this water. Geyser, 30 gallons of water. Is she 30 feet? Is she within 30 feet of me?
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay. DC 13 strength saving throw.
All right. She rolled a 9.
Okay, so she
just
does that.
gets
So she
knocked down by this
she also
huge
takes.
blast of water.
I don't know how her health is, but she also takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you gave her a potion
She's-
earlier. She's down to
Yeah.
3.
Okay. Okay. All right. Hey.
Do it
She
again.
gets slapped down to the ground by this large blast of water. She looks up and just hisses at Atreus. And Atreus, at this moment, you notice that in her mouth you see 2 fangs protruding from her top teeth.
Lovely. Atreus is the only one that does this. Obviously, we all hear the hissing. But...
Yeah, you hear the hiss, and then Atreus, you're the one that sees it since you're like
Okay.
facing her.
I'll point at her. She's a vampire. And
Oh
then I'm gonna-
shit.
Can I keep dashing like out of the room?
Sure. So she gets knocked down, and that gives you enough chance, especially if you're dashing, to just totally get out of the room. So Atreus has booked it out of the room with the book.
Yep.
Lovely.
And then-
I'm
I
gonna
want to-
follow him.
I'll yell.
Follow him.
okay.
Well,
So yeah,
I want to yell to whoever's near her. So I guess Gabriel, like, restrain her.
So that was what my next I thought was going for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
make an athletics check, and do it with advantage. She's knocked prone.
And you're like 400 pounds or something. So.
I'll just sit on her.
Right.
That's a 26.
It's a 26.
26.
Well, she rolled a 3, so you just pile, like, just literally like footballer pile on top, and restrain her down to the ground. She just flails back, trying to flail back and forth, but you just hear these muffled sounds underneath your considerable armored girth.
Love it.
Oh, why do you want the book so bad?
I need the book. And she sounds frantic, almost like an addict that needs her drugs.
Ooh, I'm going to go into my the bag of holding, and I have an old bank ledger from the bank.
I'll
Okay.
look around and I'll vote.
I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna be like, "Is a book."
She just screams this primal scream and tears it to shreds underneath her.
I'll vote. I see we have to fix this later. And I'll grab her by the head and just go.
Slam her to the
Knock
ground. All right, roll an attack with advantage.
I love it.
That's a natural 19.
I mean, yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Then roll an unarmed attack. So basically,
It's my strength.
your strength +1.
Yeah, that's 5.
So 6.
Yep. 5
6 points of damage, and you just slam her head into the ground. And all of a sudden, her eyes roll back into her head into this daze, and she falls limp on the floor.
All right, that was easy. Let's get it out of here. Does anybody have any manacles?
We may want to take her out if she's a vampire. I don't know how the sun will affect her. I might want to make sure it's dark out or something.
Yes, that is true.
Right.
Wait, would I know that?
What?
Who doesn't know that? Come on.
Does
Yeah,
anyone
Get
know
who you're
anything?
talking to here.
Roll an Arcana check.
Does anyone know anything about vampires?
That's a 16.
How does?
Why doesn't everyone roll an Arcana check?
Oh.
Vampires.
Why
Okay.
though?
Okay, Mitch.
Woo! Ortok with a 17.
Just a
I know
team
so
of
much
you.
about the arcane. It's not even funny.
Ortok the Arcane.
23.
8.
Oh, okay. And what did Gabriel get?
It's 16.
All right. What did Ortok get?
17.
Jeez, dude.
I
SMRT.
don't know.
Okay.
SMRT.
Ortok and Gabriel, you basically know the typical lore. Vampires don't like sunlight. You're not sure the exact effect sunlight has on them. You're just aware that sunlight typically wards them quite well. You've heard the general thing that, like, wooden stakes through the heart might kill them. though it is more folktale than it is anything you know for sure. You know that they really don't like holy water or anything holy in general.
I know.
Then Atreus, kind of sifting through your brain and trying to recall everything about vampires, a few things come to mind that you remember from your studies as an acolyte. You remember one thing that kind of disheartens you a little bit if you didn't remember it earlier, which was vampires hate running water. Just continuous running water will keep them from going in kind of this misty form that you've seen, and will outright kill them if they are weak enough. Same thing with direct sunlight. Does not allow them to regenerate like they sometimes do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you guys know. You also know, Atreus, you also know that vampires are the spawn of Orcus. Orcus was the one that bestowed the first vampire with their powers.
Alrighty, well, all I know is that we should probably keep her out of direct sunlight. But other than that, we should probably get her somewhere that's not here.
Right.
What do you think she wants with this book so much?
I don't know,
Okay.
but it's clearly a vampire-ness that wants it.
Should we take it with us?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
check.
can put it. You want to put it in a bag?
Do I know what the book
I
is?
can
Maybe?
hold on to it too. Can I inspect it a little more now that we're not in combat, I guess?
The book?
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing with the book?
You said there wasn't any markings, or it was like some symbol on the front and back, right?
On the outside of the book, you see that the leather is kind of strange. It's a little
very
stitched
good.
together. You also see that it is bound with kind of this brass banding, and on the front there is kind of a picture of, or not a picture, but a large brass like minotaur head with huge tusks that come out the sides. A skull, rather, minotaur skull. Coming from it, like you've heard or felt this entire time, is this thrumming, like a rhythmic feeling, almost like I would compare it to the Jumanji board. Right now, there are blackish tendrils of dark energy that seem to connect the book to different parts of the room. The blackish tendrils kind of fit their way into various cracks and divisions in the room, and every once in a while, like an extra pebble might fall off from the walls, seemingly the energy slowly but surely working its way into the cracks and driving them further and further apart.
Oh. Could this be the source of everything going on out there?
I
Seems
think
like
that's a good idea.
um
We should bring it back to trying to think of a new name for it.
Hold up. I have a great memory for this thing. Tinsel crotch, tater tots, wrinkle squatch, twinkle tits, titties, sprinkles, twiddly winks, tinker toys.
Tonka trucks.
Tonka trucks. I'm unsure of what that means on any level, but okay. Tonka trucks.
Love it. Right. Perhaps we should bring it to the wizard. That, and we we need to find out how she even got in this predicament. She is strong. How did this happen?
She said she used her power for the day.
She might
Right.
be really, 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 really tired.
I mean, so am I. I'm like first level exhaustion, tired. Whatever that means. I feel like if I don't sleep for 2 more days, I'll die. Or is it 3 more? I don't remember.
You need 7 levels of exhaustion before you die.
Okay, all right.
Well, I think we should get out of here. My vote's for get out of here.
Yes. Oh, I'm not doing any better
Sure.
than she
Tapped
is.
on spells myself.
Um,
And
this,
Aaron looks like a strong wind would probably blow him over. So
this
Vortex
brass
doesn't look much
bowl
better.
in this room, that was empty, right?
Currently, it is empty. And as you're inspecting it, Atreus, you notice that towards the on the map at least, towards the bottom of the brass bowl, there are, instead of one, there are 2 troughs leading off into the wall. And coming from the wall, there are actually 2 streams of blood that look like they're trying to make it to the brass bowl, but are seemingly being warded in some way. It seems like the blood pools are leaning up against some sort of invisible barrier.
If I put my hand by it, can I feel anything there?
You kind of like move your hand back and forth, and your hand, you do the magician's thing where you're just like, yep, no strings, and yeah, nothing.
Okay. Yep. That's basically what I was trying for. Okay.
yes,
Um,
I love it.
Amazing.
do we want to try to? Because you both got those. What was it, like a necklace pendant that you guys got?
I
Mine's
gave
gone.
mine to her in
That's right.
hopes that she would reconnect with the queen, the Raven Queen.
Do we want to try to see what happens if we fill this one up?
Hey, let's fill it up.
I'm gonna go over to the bowl. And
Well, because you already.
I already did it once. I think it's your
Yeah.
turn. Your turn, Atreus.
Because I don't know if that would matter or not. I'll try it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess what do they do? Just prick their finger and kind of just seep
Oh,
right
you
out?
gotta really get in there. I mean, it's like a lot of blood. Like a lot of blood. You want me to do it for you?
gonna like take out.
Take
gonna
out your
draw
ball.
the strong mouse blade.
I'll do it for you.
I'll just poke
And he
my
does
finger
the
at
no-
the end of his blade.
All right. Just go up
Glad I could help.
at the end, poke your finger. A couple drops of blood go into the large brass bowl. And like before, after a couple drops go in, a uncomfortable amount of blood seems to be drawn out of your fingertips, or your fingertip, and you take 10 points of force damage.
Whoa. Okay. I
You
am
know what
barely
we got
standing.
here.
And as this happens, the bowl seems to fill further and further and further. And even though like no more blood is being drawn from your fingers, the bowl seems to fill almost all the way up to the top. The 2 troughs of blood coming in from the corner or the bottom of the room seem to now move past some sort of mystical barrier and go up and into the central bowl. In this moment, Atreus begins to get a soft, silvery glow, and a familiar sight, a amulet of the Raven Queen, apparates into the air in front of you and clatters down to the ground. Then you also hear another great sigh come from the temple, kind of an inhalation and exhalation. And then something more. The back relief carving of the Raven Queen just this middle-aged woman on this large, grand throne with a raven perched on her. Begins to glow this silvery glow, the entire thing. And Atreus, you hear in your head a voice that just says, "Thank you." And the blackish energy that seems to be trying to part its way in between the various bits of stone starts getting pushed down further and further by this silvery light that's being emanated from this relief carving. And the book in your hands, Atreus, starts shaking. And you hear like a scream in your head coming from the book, as if the book is under like some sort of immense pain. Then a huge burst of silvery light comes from the relief carving, and it just passes through all of you. And as the light travels through this space, every bit of damage that occurred to this temple stitches back up in an instant. The temple seems to re-knit and put itself back together. The various bits of like marble and stone and all of the mothballed banisters and things seem to reforge and become whole again. The burst of light quickly travels out of the room and cascades down the hallway somewhere as you hear it take effect throughout the rest of the temple. The book, now still in your hands, Atreus, seems to be just searing and burning on the outside. The steam comes out from the top of it, and the scream still resonates in your head. Whisper also lets out this intense, terrifying scream, and she then lays flat on the ground, motionless, after the burst of energy goes across her. But her skin, like, radiates this soft, silvery glow, and you see her take a couple of more relieved breaths as she lays on the ground. You all then hear another just faint voice in your head. It says, "Thank you, and commune soon." And you all your attention is drawn to through the doorway and across into where the room you had found, this pit just full of bodies. You can't see totally into there just yet, but like a faint silvery glow seems to emanate from that room, drawing your attention.
Lovely.
Well, that was way different than what happened last time. Oh my goodness.
So is the book still burning? And
It's like it looks like it's been charred on the outside. It quivers
Okay.
still a bit in your in your hands.
okay, I'll pick up the amulet and then I'll tuck the book in my robe.
Okay.
Does
No.
anybody have whisper? Otherwise, I'll just throw her over my shoulder.
Was Gabriel like? Gabriel had her last. I don't know.
I was just kind of standing over.
Oh, I'll pick her up and be like,
All right, I think, now that the temple looks a little bit better, we should do maybe a once around, just a quick lap, see if there's anything else we need. Otherwise, I think we may have done it.
Right. I need to sleep for like days.
Me as well. But this is probably not the best place to sleep.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not,
no. We need to leave this place.
yeah. Hopefully, when we leave, it'll be cleared up outside. We'll find
Yeah.
out. But we should go check out that pit area over there that's glowing.
"Yeah,
It's
I
oh.
have whisper here on my shoulder and make
Okay.
follow Atreus. Atreus, you first."
Okay.
I will take a peek at whispers Chomper's.
All
Yeah,
right,
good idea.
you forcefully open her mouth, and she no longer has the fangs.
I'm satisfied.
What is Bear barking at?
That
first
is
of
what
all,
I'm going
Cody?
to find out.
Please find that out. He is going nuts
What
for some reason.
Isn't Bear barking at?
That's the other thing. Well, he will
What
literally
great
sit
pup.
in the living room, sling himself over the couch, and bark into the air.
Man, what a great life.
Right?
It's just, he's just like, they don't let
That's
me
your-
bark
right.
when they're around, so when they're not around, I just sit here and bark into the ether. Like,
That's
that's
hilarious.
what I do.
Man,
Yeah,
don't we
he
all just want to lay on our back and
Yeah.
scream sometimes?
lets forth his barbaric yawp across the rooftops of the
Oh
world. I
my.
love it. Oh,
We pulled deep here from on Storm Animus. Was what is that? Whitman.
yes.
All right.
Whitman via Keating, as played by the great Williams. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wait for Cody. So, how's everyone doing?
Oh, you know, just wonderful. You know.
It's great.
It's good. I'm tired.
You're tired, just
Me
like your
too.
character.
I know, that's the thing, yeah. I'm it's called role playing, you guys.
You really,
Role playing?
really get into it.
Oh man, for like the past, I don't know, 2 months, I've been having coffee while we play, so as to not fall asleep,
Yeah.
and that kind of works.
Yeah, I finished my oat milk latte. It's gone.
Oat milk latte.
Have you guys had
That's
oat
a thing?
milk? It's yeah. Not goat milk, which is also a thing. But oats.
Oat.
It tastes like, the leftover milk in your oatmeal. Like it's really tasty.
I'd
Wow.
imagine it's probably pretty good. I'm not a huge like almond milk fan, which is
It's
all
much
Heather
better than
has.
almond milk. It's much better, trust me. I've
I'll
tried
have
them
to
all.
look into it.
Not
But
all
it's
of them,
like
but
it's like starting to become like a fad thing, so it's like expensive.
Yeah.
yep. The only reason I get it because we have it at my work, so I just kind of
Borrow it.
kind of have it.
You know.
Borrow. I need to borrow the milk.
I give
Yes.
it back. in
To the
back.
world. Yeah.
They don't want it.
They don't want it back.
They don't want it back.
Try to be polite.
So, as the rest of the party goes across this hallway to look and see what is in the pit room, you notice the room has been seemingly restored to what I can only describe as some sort of odd spa, where the pit, well, it would normally seem like, well, this pit is probably like some sort of hot tub. Instead of being a normal hot tub, however, it is filled to the brim with blood. It spouts from 3 different spouts coming from each side. And in a large plaque emblazoned on the back, which had been totally just destroyed before, it says, "Accept death."
I don't wanna.
Except like AC.
Except
Or
I suppose
EX.
Yeah, not accept death, accept.
Okay.
Spelling is very important here.
That's awesome.
If I
That's
remember
awesome.
correctly, that is the last part of the sequence that was written on the door on the way in.
Indeed
I
it is.
wonder if there's more somewhere else.
I mean,
Perhaps.
I was ready to die fighting that monstrosity, but I now that we're out of that situation, I'm really having second thoughts about that. I think living is really the way to go at the time.
Well, you don't want
I'll
to,
cast Spare the Dying on Aaron.
Well, that won't do anything, I don't think.
I mean,
You're just like,
Aaron, you feel like a faint warmth pass through you, and then nothing happens.
Oh. Oh.
All right, well, this is a nice blood spot. But
Should we just
perhaps
kinda
we should.
explore around a little more?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's go somewhere.
Oh yeah, just watch out for that painting room.
Oh
Where that
yeah.
middle had that. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, just avoid those middle tiles.
Right. I'm gonna start heading down.
Yeah, should we do the
And,
painting one or the other one first?
I'm gonna head into the painting room,
Okay.
like
Yeah, let's check it out.
right here.
Okay.
I just want to peek in.
You peek in, and you see the room hasn't really changed that much. Give me 1 second here. There is in this room just all the the similar things you'd saw before, all the paintings in place with the various plaques and levers underneath them, and then the main plaque that says "Things of Beauty, the Feather and the Crown, all but the first on your way down." However, this room looks way better now, and all of the paintings seem to be restored to their previous wellness, and all the various like tiles and banisters and things are restored. Atreus, you notice that the floor pressure plate that you had noticed before is either way more well concealed now or is gone.
Okay.
Does it look about the same as when you were here last?
Yeah, cleaned up a bit. The plaque wasn't there.
What does the plaque say again? I'm sorry, I gotta write this down.
The plaque
Or
says,
do you want to just put it in chat?
"Things of beauty, the feather and the crown, all but the first on your way down." I could put it in chat as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Before we saw that pit, it did have a bottom. Yeah, because Ortok was crawling up.
Mhm.
I feel like we're missing something in here.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite satisfied at the amount of heads that we've collected on this journey. So perhaps this may provide an opportunity.
I'll kind of wander up to the pit.
Okay.
Should we? Yeah, before. Is that guy still? Okay, did we clobber that guy pretty bad by the jail cell?
It's clobbering time.
He's dead. He got stabbed through the back.
I did that whole assassination thing.
Okay, I couldn't remember. But I mean, his body's still there, right? Like
His body's,
he's not.
his body's still there.
Okay.
Actually, in fact, you see less of a body and more a pile of ash.
Oh, I guess there's. Okay. Well, should we check out this room? Should we check out the other rooms with the? Just to see if there's more plaques or hints for something, I guess.
Yeah, let's do a look around, just like a once around, see what we can find.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to expedite that process?
Sure.
Scooby-Doo
Okay.
montage.
In the room across from the painting room, where you had filled the brass bowl, the various angelic statues now stand in their complete form, not cracked or broken, on small, like brass, like plaques, I guess, on the base of them. They state a couple names. One says Mendrian, one says Damil, one says Tebris, and one says Andromeda. Very angelic names. Names you've heard in various things. There is also another kind of like empty pedestal that It looks like these various statues were built at different times, and there's a pedestal with an unfinished statue on it now, placed there, that says Asteria, with quotes after it that says, "Whisper, the cursed one." On the back wall, where that huge, like, mosaic style, or basically Egyptian style painting in the back, now also has a phrase across the top, and it says, "Let souls pass on," and it's glowing with a faint silver light.
Nothing else was glowing, was it? With
Nope.
the light? Okay.
This one was also on the door. This was the third one. Let's all pass on.
Yeah, I wonder what this is about Whisper being the cursed one.
Oh shit, you're right. Well, she did get cursed by, is it the Raven Queen? She told us a story a long time ago.
Oh, she did.
She's kind of a mess, but, you know, she's fine now, I guess. She's alright. She's alright.
Right. Queen's Temple. Are we in the Forgotten Forest right now?
Yes, you made your way
Okay.
in there to
Got it. Just had to take a
Find the
couple
blight.
pages back. Okay.
so you guys are continuing to explore the temple.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go to... Well, actually, I'll say this. As you get to the foyer where Gabriel had annihilated a million zombies all at once, emblazoned on the floor in silver letters that are glowing, it says, "Annihilate the unholy."
They sure as shit got annihilated. It was pretty fucking great.
It
Um,
was.
in the
Preserve the
room,
righteous.
in the room that was the study of the vampire. It has now been restored to a living space. However, it is much more lavish than it was before. Silken sheets on a couple different beds, and just generally more beautiful and usable than it was before. All the must has been removed from this entire space. You then find your way into the dungeons, where near the dungeon room where you had saved and released that orc, it says, "Preserve the righteous," in silver letters emblazoned on the back of the prison cell wall.
Alright, we found all of them. I'm not sure what we
Right.
win.
Did we? Was this whole thing a test?
To see if I could read. Yes, I passed.
But. Because if we really look at our little misadventure here, it seems we checked all the boxes. One could say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kneel down in front of the pool and I'm gonna pray to the queen.
All right.
Of the night.
And I'm gonna be like, supposed to do?
Make a religion check.
13.
13. You hear a voice that just says, accept death.
Wrong queen.
Should we try
Swirl
to?
that finner in the blood pool.
It's deep, vibrant red. Swirl it back and forth. You create a small disturbance in the otherwise placid surface of the pool.
Should we bring Whisper back too? Now that she seems to not be a vampire,
I
She
feel
might
like
have
she'll
some-
probably come to in her own time. We can
but she might have
definitely-
some answers for
She might have some answers.
some of
Should
this
we try to well, let's try to wake her up. Why don't we push her?
I'm gonna put her up against the wall right next to her statue,
Okay,
since we're in this room.
sure. And?
And I'm gonna try to wake her up. I'm gonna look at Aaron and be like,
Aaron, you got the water.
Oi.
You know,
You want? Okay.
just
Yeah.
spray her a little bit in the face, just to get her wake up.
Right. That won't piss her off at all, I'm sure.
Hey, we were already pissed off quite a bit, but we saved her in the end. She'll be grateful.
Oi.
Maybe.
I'll put some water in the teacup of poison testing, and I'll have her take a drink.
And the teacup does not indicate any poison, as you would expect. And
What were you all expecting?
you're just giving her you're splashing it on her, or you're...
No, I'm gonna do the whole hoist the just pour some.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
After...
'Cause I'm a gentleman. Thank you very much.
blasted her on the floor with.
I was definitely expecting something far more theatric than this.
You tilt
Next
her head
time,
back.
do it yourself.
She takes a small drink. Her body's still soaked, by the way, because you blasted the heck out of her with the hydro pump.
Oh, that's right.
But you give her this drink, and after a couple seconds, she seems to slowly come to, and then starts tensing up a little bit, pushes herself against the back of the wall, looks at both of you. What happened? She's very unsure, very kind of dizzy, confused.
But why don't you tell us what happened?
I'm not totally sure.
Right. What's the last thing you remember?
I was dreaming about you people rescuing me.
Oh, that definitely was not a dream.
I mean, you're here now.
I know we killed at least what do you say, 200-300 vampires, something like that.
At least, yeah.
At least.
Well, yeah, there was a whole horde of them.
It was all incredible. I
Lining
can't believe
the
you thought it
walls.
was a dream. Wow,
Falling from the ceiling.
it was insane.
She holds her head like she has some sort of massive headache, and she says, "So you killed many vampires?"
Oh, so many. But one was far more powerful than the other. And they had this book. Atreus, why don't you, can you
Oh, the book's gone. We
just
don't want to worry
show-
about that right now.
just, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
I was captured, I don't know how long ago. I had already spent time as a celestial for the day, destroying some vampire spawn in the area around Stone Ridge. And then I was taken. Some powerful vampire. Tied up here. And then, I'm not sure, I had fever dreams. Sometimes, I don't know if I was conscious, but I felt like I was being bitten over and over and over again. The curse upon me only getting stronger and stronger. And this temple slowly crumbling.
Right. Well,
Checks out.
all of that was true. As you can see, we've kind of spruced up the place.
It's
Did-
amazing.
Right. Did you happen to accept death while you were, on the precipice, as it were?
Oh, annihilate the unholy.
I've accepted death a long time ago.
Lovely. So she checks the book. Do we win some sort of prize at this point?
Does the
We
Raven
have-
Queen want you to accept death?
It would seem so. That's the 2 and 2 I'm putting together. Although my math has been off for some time now.
She's been
That's-
telling us to do a lot of shit recently.
That's the last tenant. If she wants you to do that, that means she wants to speak with you.
Right. How does one accept death without dying? Seems to be the riddle that I can't seem to wrap my head around.
Oh, you need to die.
Ah, fuck.
Oh dear,
Fuck,
it's
fuck,
just
fuck.
not just a bad idea
So-
to do
so-
that.
So you've done this?
Oh, I've died several times.
So she brings you back?
She
Yes,
does.
Atreus, how would that work?
Well, I don't know. So do you just jump in the little spa room over there and
That's how I've spoken with her before. Intentional drowning is usually the best way.
Oh, that sounds truly awful. I don't know about this.
I think that's what she wants from
Right.
us, or
Do you think
to
she's a god? Yeah?
The Raven Queen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can she cure curses?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Where the hell is my cloak? And she turns around. And just stalks out of the room.
Okay.
Did anyone see her cloak? I feel like,
No, she was wrapped in chains. I don't know what she's talking
where would you even put a cloak in here?
about. Right. Was that the thing I tried to wrap up the one thing in and I wrapped myself in? Was that
I
a
just
cloak or a
don't
blanket?
understand.
You
Okay.
guys
These
hear
are
a
so
couple,
weird.
like, series of clicking and levers and, like, gears turning coming from the painting room across the...
The fuck is she doing?
I'm gonna go see what she's doing.
She seems to be pulling a couple of the levers that are underneath the various paintings.
Alright, last time we did that, bad things happened. I would recommend stepping away from
I-
those levers.
You just
Is this a fucking courtroom?
You
Is that all this is?
shut up!
Preserve
And she just
the
pulls
righteous.
pulls the various levers. You just have to pull them in the right order. And she pulls a couple of the levers. And
Pull the lever, Crunk.
pull the lever! Wrong lever!
Sorry, couldn't help it.
And
God.
the back painting, in the center of the room, the painting in the middle, slides off to one side, revealing a very short passageway with a closet in the back. And she
Son
just
of a bitch.
she
It's a
stalks
code
down
room.
it and opens the closet. You see a singular piece of clothing on the inside with a. It's just this dark. This is a dark blue, almost like dark navy blue color, and it has a silver lining to it, kind of like silverish tassels at the bottom. The profile of a raven queen at the back. Adam's going through the apocalypse.
This light is like gonna die, and it's been doing it for like 2 months, and I need to unscrew a bunch of stuff to get to it. It's a mess. I just can't deal with it right now.
Lovely.
And there are also two vials on the inside, and she chugs one immediately.
Doodly doodly doodly. Nice.
Alright, so the secret was that this is a cult room? I'm very confused.
She
Alright.
puts the cape around her neck. It goes down to the ground, and she kind of breathes in this sigh of relief. Almost like the cloak itself gives her this kind of sense of protection. And she walks up back out of the room. Here, somebody take this. I don't need it. It appears to be a greater potion of healing in her hand.
I
She's
take it.
Well, if we're gonna
Right.
be,
No,
if we're gonna be
actually,
dying,
no.
do we want to take it now?
Right. I'm exhausted. I'm cursed. I can't think straight. I can't feel anything.
Oh
except
my
all
god,
my
stop
bruises.
bitching here,
No,
just take
I'm
it.
just saying. No, I'm just saying. Perhaps
You're
I
cursed?
I am cursed. My own father.
What's the curse?
I, I can't think straight. I can't. My normal. I can't talk to people. I can still kind of
He's
tell their
really
intentions. I
dumb.
can't. I am
Fine. You take the
capable.
cloak. And she shoves the cloak into your chest, along with the
But
potion.
what is this? What is this supposed to? I don't understand.
Put
Just
it
put the
on.
cloak on. Put it, do it.
Sure, I'll put the cloak on. Do I have to like put it on for 20 minutes? Just kind
No,
of
not this
slowly
cloak.
tie the knot. All right, I put the cloak on.
Right. This faint silvery glow goes around you, and you sense this is a powerful magical item that you just put on. And one of the abilities that you sense in it is that it can remove one curse per day on the wearer.
Are you fucking me right now? That's
If
lovely.
if it's a powerful curse, it's a curse that's like godly in power, or maybe some sort of more powerful curse.
You're not cursed enough.
If you're not cursed enough, I mean, there's this like a level 2 spell curse, and then there's a curse that like is put onto you by Orcus or something.
A plague on your whole
Right.
family.
This is right. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. You know the whole deal.
Then the
Thunder
cloak,
in your cow.
the cloak can suppress the elder curse for 10 minutes.
But it doesn't remove the curse.
Right. It can remove
Right.
lesser curses. It can suppress larger curses.
Larger
And you
curse.
get the sense that this is what Whisper does to suppress her curse once per day.
Oh, I see. Like suppress it 2 once a day, or like
She suppresses the curse and becomes a celestial once a day.
right. Lovely. So I'll put it on. Do I feel suppression or a weight lifting off?
So if-
Am I bottling my feelings or letting them go?
If you use the ability, then you feel like the curse still lingers deep in your mind, but your stats are back up to normal for now. She looks
Lovely.
at you with like an imperious eye and just says, "So, how do you feel?"
much better. Not healed per se, but much better. Wouldn't you? You should probably. I feel what? Sorry.
You're still there.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. You look
It just
confused.
went. It went. Boop, 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 but you're back.
Sorry, I am
Oh, like
face
that?
role playing.
Oh, good. Okay. I just want to make sure because you're also the IT guy, so I worry when you look worried.
It's all right.
Okay, good. Kurt, Baron. All right.
Kurt Baron.
Baron. Oi, oi. Uh, perhaps, but isn't this more important for you? Like
I just wanted to see if it worked. Give me that.
it's
She just tears it off of
okay,
you,
okay,
and immediately you
okay.
feel the sand pour into your head, and
Boom.
unable to think as quickly as normal.
I've never physically seen somebody get stupider until just now. It's incredible.
Really? Because I see it every morning when I look at. No.
You're not smart enough for that.
I know. I can't be sarcastic. I feel like my middle brother.
Useless.
Right. Well, perhaps I need to have a meeting with someone of a bit more royalty in her name, in her title.
All right, I have a plan.
Are
I'll
you
just
going to
knock
kill
you
me?
out, and then I'll just chuck you in a blood spa, and then you won't even remember suffocating. You'll just
I
be
have
dead.
this. I have this feeling that you had planned to do this in any scenario at all.
I mean, no, but maybe. Who knows? Maybe I do. Maybe
I feel as though Ortok is lying. Can I check his insight?
Inside check.
Go ahead, if you want.
I do want. Burp. What's a natural 20?
Ortok's just really bloodthirsty right now and is so upset that he hasn't gotten a single head out of this whole excursion.
So he wants mine? Aaron kind of like feels right. Okay.
But
Let's.
you look kind of pale.
I am very pale. Let's,
All right.
I'm whatever version of fantasy Irish is in this world. Of course, I'm pale.
All right. So I think there's no way we can get past this. Somehow we need to die. I don't want to do it, but why don't
Well,
we
no,
have?
she said you drowned yourself in there.
I mean, yeah. Well, if you want to go first, Atreus, you've got some experience dying.
I feel like his luck might be running out at this point. Perhaps I should.
All right, Aaron.
Did I ever tell you boys about the feather I got? I don't know if I have it on me. I don't think I do, but
You got a feather.
If you
I
kept
got a
it,
feather.
sure.
Now is not the
Yeah.
time to tell us about things you might have picked up on the way here.
it was before we left. Actually, I had dreams and woke up in my own room, with a black feather. Came out of nowhere. I live in the basement where birds are not.
You know, I'd see this as a sign that perhaps it is time for you to die.
I, who am about to die, salute you.
All right, let's go. Come on.
And I'm gonna head to the blood spa.
All right.
Is Whisper coming?
Yeah, she follows behind.
Okay. So, what's the best way to do this here? I'll ask her.
She takes off the cloak and hangs it up on the side. She says, "I will join any who wish to come." And
Right.
she just starts wading into the pool. Her tattered clothing that she's wearing just gets soaked with blood as she walks further in. She's about waist in at this point.
This would be a good test for that Robor attack.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna like
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like take some blood on my finger and like rub it on the sleeve and be like,
And it just dribbles off like it's
It's
nothing.
amazing. Oh, you know, part of me thinks that maybe because of this robe, like it might not, it might be difficult. That this might not be the best way for me to die. So perhaps you should go first, Aaron, and then if it works, then maybe I'll think about it.
Right.
I think
If
we're all gonna
I-
have to go.
You think? Well, let's find out. I'm really tired of being cursed by my own father at that. And I can't help but thinking about this woman in my dreams. Not in a romantic sense, but I feel love for her. This isn't the time or place, though. Perhaps things will clear up once I talk to the Raven Queen. Here's hoping. Right. What do I do to die?
All right. So what I want you to do is just step right up right there, right
He
there,
steps.
right.
Yeah, he steps.
right
He
to
steps
this.
right.
"Is
right,
Gabriel
okay.
still there?"
Yeah,
Yep.
he's sitting there praying.
Oh yeah.
So what are you praying about again?
I'm trying to pray to my queen.
Oh, see, there's too many queens going on here.
Beyonce shows up with the.
Right.
Freddie Mercury.
Too many queens!
I was gonna say, Mamma Mia, Mamma
Okay.
Mia. Yeah.
Make another
Mamma mia,
religion
there
check.
you go, sploosh.
And what are you asking or?
Trying to figure out what to do.
Oh, my
Where to
very
go
queen.
next.
I'm just a poor boy from a poor family.
That is a wonderful 9.
Lovely.
Yeah. You don't feel a particularly strong connection to your god at this point.
In the temple of another god.
Whisper says, you usually die by not breathing for a while.
Right.
All right, Aaron. In you go.
I'm gonna push him.
Where are we exactly?
You're right there. And I'm
Right,
just
but
gonna
which
push you
room? Which are we in? Is this the pit?
The pit room, yeah.
right in the blood
Okay,
spa.
I am right in the blood spot. Just splat.
Aaron, you just go "Whoa," and fall into the pool. All of your clothing gets stained red as you
Aw.
pile in.
Oh,
Whisper smirks at Ortok and then walks in deeper. She slowly submerges as her head gets overtaken by the blood. They disappear. Multiple sets of bubbles start coming up. Aaron, are you holding your breath? What are you doing? What's going on?
I mean, what is the typical human response to? Like, I suppose
you
I would
want to
have
hold
to.
your
like,
breath, right? Like
yeah,
that's a
like-
typical human response.
right, like the body. Like, I want to live, Clarence, but like, yeah, like I suppose, realistically speaking, in this fantasy world of magic, I guess I try to hold my breath because I just freak out, and that's what happens.
Okay. You you're holding your breath, and you're underneath this pool of blood. According to the rules, you can hold your breath equal to a number of minutes equal to your Constitution modifier.
So 2 minutes.
So you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, and still stuff starts happening.
I mean, sure, why not? I can't force myself to I mean, can I? I don't know. I've never drowned before.
I have heard it is possible to force yourself to try and just breathe the water.
Okay, I'm gonna try and breathe the water.
Also, once you are totally out of air, your body freaks out and wants to breathe, so sometimes you'll breathe water anyway once you get towards the end of your air supply.
Of course. So yeah, that's let's do it. Let's die. It's a good
Make a
day to die.
Constitution saving throw to try and break everything your body is telling you to do.
Sure, with exhaustion too, so I think I roll at disadvantage. Or is that
that's
only for skill checks?
Skill checks only, yes.
Okay, never mind. Either way, it is that's a natural 20, so I just kind of sit there going, I'm not dead yet.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
You
So
breathe.
you're trying to breathe in the light.
Oh, then
right?
I die perfectly. Yes.
Yeah.
It is a perfect poetic death.
So you still yourself and put all of your instincts to ease as you calmly inhale blood. You feel it fill your lungs, and even like when it's when your eyes are closed, you can kind of feel like this faint sense of light coming from behind your eyelids, and slowly even that grows darker and darker. And for a little while, that's all you feel. Like you're floating in deep blackness. A sense of cold just goes through your entire body. And you're no longer standing on the bottom. You feel like you're just floating in space. And the coldness seems to seep deeper and deeper. And then you feel like someone grabbing your arm. A faintly warm touch. As all of a sudden you feel like you're oriented, standing up again. You open your eyes to a expansive, blank landscape. Like the Matrix, but inverted. It's dark. Almost like a black light somehow emanating from an invisible source above you. A long, expansive space where you can't even tell where the horizon is. It's just this black floor with no texture that seems to go on forever, that just meets with this black, endless sky. And the person that grabbed your arm is Whisper. However, she's not as she appears in the material realm. She has bluish skin, long white hair, a pair of long black feathered wings from behind her stretch out. She's wearing these dark navy robes that extend down from her. You have none of your possessions. You're just wearing kind of like these kind of similar robes to her. And you look off in the distance, maybe 50 feet away from you. There is this large iron throne that's faced away from you. You hear the caw of a raven. It seems to appear out of nowhere, and flies across your vision. It swoops up and just lands on top of the iron throne. The raven itself has kind of like jeweled eyes, each this deep, like amethyst color that just reflects the light in the air. And the raven hops down into the throne and disappears behind the throne looking enormous. The Whisper turns to you and holds your arm, looking far more soft in her features and more empathetic in the way she is presenting herself and emoting. She just kind of pats you on the shoulder and says, "She waits for you."
Great. I guess I'll walk around to the front of the throne.
Okay. You walk around, finding the throne empty. other than the raven just perched on the throne. The throne itself is way too big for a human. Like if it was for a humanoid, the throne would be maybe, or I mean the person would have to be like 20 feet tall to have this throne appropriately accommodate them.
Right.
And being maybe like 10, 15 feet away from the throne, you sit there for a second, confused. The Iron Throne, imperious in front of you. And then, out of nowhere, you jump from the, just the quickness of the thing that appears in front of you. This body of roiling black smoke just whoosh, jump scares you right in front of your face. This huge, long, it's like long-haired, roiling smoke female body with purplish glow that seems to glow the interior of the smoky body, with the most of the glow coming out of the eyes and the mouth. Just appears in front of you quickly, bent over. The being stands a little bit taller and cackles just a little bit. Calm yourself, Aaron. And then the figure, the smoke seems to like almost being sucked into the figure and starts to solidify into a middle-aged woman. Just a bony structure, or facial structure with a big iron crown. Very gothic in her presentation, with long black flowing dress. And the raven flies up from behind her and perches on her shoulder. She smiles at it. And she takes a seat in her oversized throne. And she looks at you with a grin, plays with her hair a little bit, and says, "So, Aaron, what brings you to my little corner of the Shadowfell?"
I come seeking a cure, I suppose. Aye. And perhaps some aid in a small mission I'm attempting. If you deign to provide it. Aaron's a little like confused and scared, so you know. And he's a little too stupid to turn on the charm at the moment.
Well, what do you need help with? You are one that restored my temple to its former glory, and I'm inclined to help you.
Right. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened to me. My father, you see, before I guess we banished him from the world, cursed me somehow. I don't remember really much. Or I remember it, I suppose, but I don't seem to be able to make heads or tails of it. It's my mind is clouded. I can't think. I can't talk to people as I normally would. It's frustrating to say the least, but I need to be able to talk to people to get what we need. I need to be able to protect my friends with words, where swords and magic fail, and I can't do that right now. And most importantly, I need to defeat the Withered One above all else.
At the mention of the Withered One's name, the Raven Queen sits up a little bit more straight. Well, it's a lofty goal.
Well, she's a lofty cunt. Pardon the language.
All language is welcome here, Aaron. Well, I can point you in the right direction. And she kind of spins her fingers around, and you see almost like a reddish chain kind of appear in the air. It feels like it may have always been there. This reddish chain with like spikes around it seems to apparate around your head, and it gives this visual representation to the pain, the vague pain that you've felt this entire time, the slowness of your mind. She has it in her hands and says, "You have the tools. Whisper can help you."
Is Whisper, like, around?
She's, like, off in the distance, like, barely between the light and the dark. Like, you can vaguely see her.
Okay.
And she says, "You need the feather of a celestial. She is the only one I know on the material plane. Ask nicely, and she may help."
I will do that.
As for Arya, she somehow even evades the gods. I see him very much, you see. My vision can peer through most things, and I see there is all there is to really know and to everything there is to be told. The fate that all people have. But she is a dark spot. There are a few of these. I can't see everything. Somehow they evade my vision in Morgard, the terrible city, which is understandable. Glacia, that she wouldn't want me to see what is going on in there.
I mean to end her. I have a bet to settle with an old friend.
Well, know this. They reinforce from Morgard. In there is a portal to the hells themselves. They maintain it with the blood of the innocent, and the pain and the agony of those that have done only good in their lives. It is a terrible place. But it takes much of this for them to open it. So they can only do it every once in a while.
Right.
Catch them
do you know?
Catch them in between these openings,
Aye.
and you
Aye.
may have a chance to take the city.
I will do that. This curse will be broken. You gods are a crafty bunch, either all-powerful or deceiving and tricky, which is its own type of power. I suppose that's the blessing I have then of being an assassin. No one suspects. Everyone suspects the gods with their power or their trickery. But no one will suspect the assassin who hides in plain sight. That's my simple understanding, at least.
Simple though it may be, the effect is obvious.
Right.
I must tell you of these other places I cannot see. There's an area to the south. An old obelisk. Normally I'd be able to see it. But of late, I have not. It is strange for those types of things to appear. But not impossible.
Do you know in where? I know you cannot see it, but even that in itself is a sign.
Great
near?
power it takes to blind a god.
Aye. Aye.
The last is in Solaria. The mages there work hard to hide things from those who wish to see them. I do not know if it is something to be worried about, or if it is simply their own protection against the forces in Morgard.
Right. Well, as much as I try to reason this out, I just can't to through to any sort of conclusion. Perhaps I need to go tickle my nose with a feather. But definitely the obelisk and Solaria. I wouldn't mind returning to that city. Is there anywhere else that my lady's sight needs restoring?
I'm not your lady yet. But if that is something you wish, it can be done.
Oh yeah, beg your pardon, but I've done a lot of other people's work for a long time, and I hope you understand for now at least.
Understand that if I do become your lady, that your work would be your own. I am all... Well, one of my realms is people's fate, you see. And if you try to influence someone, it's no longer their fate. Choice is what fate is truly about.
Those words are a breath of fresh air, I must say, for everyone that I have fought. Politely but sternly disagrees. So to hear our God proclaim such is refreshing to my ears. Is there anything I need to do to, I don't know, gain your patronage, so to speak? I've already died. Not sure what else there is to do at this point.
Upkeep my tenants. Things you have already seemed to be able to do quite well. You know them. You solved the riddle.
Right. Well, you know, we are professionals, after all.
Also, something I have charged Whisper with, which she tries, but she is only one woman. Look out for this Aria. She evades everyone at every turn. Watch for her sign. The thorned vines in a double helix.
Thorned vines. And well, I'm sure I'll understand what a double helix is after I talk to Whisper for a minute.
She is, or Aria, I should say, is someone that has pervaded time, but never seemingly being able to be touched. I feel the presence of undeath, something that is unacceptable in these lands. And as she starts talking about undeath, you see that her form changes just to be a little bit more imperious, more spiky, almost a little bit more angry. Her eyes flare with like a purplish light for a little bit, and she looks a little bit more ragged, and her form just shifts and changes, almost gets a little bit larger.
Okay.
And
Are we talking about like Galadriel, like mighty as the sea, all that kind of stuff?
yeah, it's she clearly, you can clearly understand at this point that this isn't her. This is like some sort of projected avatar that she can will into any shape or whatever she desires. This is like if you saw the Raven Queen, it would probably break your brain. She's so vast and powerful.
Good. Right. Of course.
And as she talks about the undead, she says, and those devils as well. The fiends destroying people before it is their time. The war in the heavens does not go well for us.
Why? Well, nothing like a bit of political assassination to help the cause. I've done it before. I could do it again. That's all it is. Another contract, right? Simple as that. Simple as that. Aaron's like kind of like, how am I gonna do this?
Do what you will, Aaron. I'm sure the things you do will inch the world in the right direction, and that is all that I ask from my followers. It is not on you to expel them all yourself. But if you fell one of them, one more than your soul, that is all I can ask.
Well, one is all I'm after.
Ambitious, I see. Well, my time runs short. As she says this, you notice that like the blackness that you're in, there's like a piercing sound coming from behind the chair, and it almost looks like it blinds you for a second as a pinprick of just like deep red fire erupts from one corner of this space. And she says, she comes. Do your best, Aaron. Whisper will help you. And next time you feel a little stronger, maybe you can take some of my power. And she puts out her hand. The raven takes off from it and perches onto your shoulder.
Right.
Ripping through the fabric of this space comes another woman that you recognize. You've seen this person before. The too beautiful, leathery winged, white-dressed, horned woman with a just terrible black blade slashes through the fabric of this strange reality and starts walking towards the avatar of the Raven Queen. The throne vanishes into this huge tornado of various raven's feathers and gets projected at each other, and this huge flash of light starts happening as these various like arcane explosions start happening around her. The Raven Queen looks at you and slashes her hand towards you. A bright flash of light occurs as this entire room erupts into raven's feathers, and she looks at Whisper for the last time and says, "Go! Take her!" And all of a sudden, your entire perspective changes. You feel a tight pressure around you, the cold still pressing down onto your body, and you're gulping for air, and you just immediately, instinctively starts swimming up towards the surface. The rest of you, it's barely been a couple minutes, as time has seemingly passed in strange ways, as both Whisper and Aaron burst from the surface of the bubbling blood, and they both heave and cough as just gouts of blood come out of their mouths, and they eventually find themselves their arms on the surface of the pool.
Y'all chicken out in the end. I figured you did. I knew it wouldn't work.
I turned. So we're like what, like slumped over, like
Yeah, you just kind of like your
Yeah.
arms are up on the edge.
right. I'll like look over to Whisper. Do you have? Oh fuck! Do you have a spare feather?
Sure. She looks at you just like strange. Yes.
Well, didn't you have a feather?
He had a
I had
raise.
Okay.
I had
I see.
a feather. Just trust me. I just had a very long conversation. It was very intense. We have a lot of work to do. But I'll be able to better articulate myself, I think. Wait, did you have a feather? Can I just borrow one of your feathers?
She kind of hangs on to her cape for a second, and you all watch as she changes from her reddish-faced tiefling form into the blue, hornless, just silver-imbued angelic form. She stands there, bursting out of the blood, and lands onto one of the edges, and she plucks a feather from her wings and gives it to Aaron.
Thank you. Do you know how to? Well, this might be a stupid question, but I haven't done the thing yet. Do you know how to lift a curse with this?
I'm gonna DM give you the hint that the Archmage from Solaria gave you a remove curse scroll
Really?
and said that you needed to use that in conjunction with the feather.
Use it when the time is right. Okay. I'm gonna get. I can't. I like remember it, but I don't remember the words. But yeah. Why do I not? Do I have that? That's weird. I must not have had the thing up. Okay. Well. Right. I should. I'm in a pool of blood right now, aren't I? I should probably like.
You are in a pool of blood.
Ortar, could you? I need.
Do you want me to
could
hit
help-
you over the head so you knocked out like we said originally? Because I think that would be the best.
I'll answer that after you pull me out of this pool, perhaps.
Okay, he's scared. Atreus, you're on deck. You're next.
And I'm like helping him out.
You pull him out, and Aaron has another cloak on his back, and it's just
Lovely.
like Whispers.
Is that burgundy? That's lovely.
Where'd you get that? Wait. Did something happen that we're unaware of?
I died in a basin of blood, and you're asking. And I came back, and I'm wearing a. You're asking. Well, I'll answer you.
I saw you go under, and you were like holding your breath. And then after a couple minutes of holding your breath, you came back up coughing, which means that you gave up clearly.
One moment, please, and I'll.
One moment, please.
Your questions are very important to me, but kindly fuck off until I'm ready. One moment. Okay, so I'll undo the scroll.
Okay.
Is this something I need to do myself? I'm not a magic person.
What are you trying?
Atreus, when I use a scroll, do I use it, or does someone have to stand over me reading all proctoral like?
You just gotta. Well, does someone have to use it on you, or can you use it on yourself for that spell? I guess.
Let's find out. And I'll just kind of flip it open.
To you, it's quite confusing. There are the way that scrolls are written is like in this arcane language. It's kind of like math, where if you don't know math, it's really hard to know what's what.
To me or Aaron?
Oh, to Aaron.
Okay.
Oh, this hurts. This hurts.
Okay. So if I check it out, 'cause he opened it up. What do I?
You
Or
see
should
that
we
is just simply casting Remove Curse, and you can target anyone you wish.
If you don't target me, I will murder you twice.
I'll look over at Oratak. Hey, what was that? You said you had a sliver?
Oh yes. Ah man, it's been really, really grinding my
Then there's
gears.
beef. I think this will get it out. Yeah, I'll read the spell out on Aaron.
Okay. And you read the spell. This kind of like golden energy comes out from it and tangles around Aaron's head, and the feather floats up around and just bursts a light, and you see the chains that kind of reddish chains with spikes on it that are around Aaron's head start being torn and ripped upon by the golden energy from this spell, and eventually, with kind of this searing light, the chains just evaporate from the top of his head, and it's kind of like a burst, a explosion of light that goes around, and eventually fades. And Aaron, you feel, for the first time in a while,
A while. Right. I need a drink. I need a nap. I need to knock some fucking sense into your half-orcish brain. Let me tell you things. Oh, my head. I feel like I was just hit. Oh, by a barn. Okay.
By a barn.
By a barn. Oi.
What the
Right.
fuck?
So here we go, lads. Thanks to Whisper. First of all, hold on one moment, and where's Whisper?
she's just she's leaning up against the wall
Right.
casually.
So you're going to hate this, and I give her a giant hug.
She just puts her hands up, like
Just one.
there's like
just
a
let me-
little
no.
pat. It's like a little pat on the back.
Right. Lovely cloak. We are cloak buddies now. That's a bond tighter than blood,
Congratulations.
and we've bathed in it.
I go to Atreus and I go, what are they doing?
That's best
I
if you don't know.
think something
Shrug
happened,
emoji.
Yeah.
and I'm not sure what.
Why is he squeezing her?
Right.
It's an affection thing. I'm not good at explaining it myself.
Oh, we do that when
What do you know about
Affection
affection, Gabriel?
I look at Atreus and I go, they look like it there, and I pick up.
You take 10 force damage.
Atreus, you feel it's like your
You are
head's
bound
gonna
and grappled. Yeah.
it's like your head's gonna pop off. You're just like
I'm gonna kind of whisper to Gabriel. I'm gonna be like, but secret, most affectionate thing for Aaron is a good old slap to the back of the head. I'm just gonna wink at him and walk away.
You can't walk away. I'm holding on.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'll whisper it at you while you're
Okay, I'll go. Oh,
strangling me.
Lovely.
wait. Insight check.
okay. Atreus, make a deception check.
Buffering. Processing. Reading terms and conditions.
18.
22.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You just barely got it.
Atreus, he's not being truthful.
How
Squeeze
could-
harder.
Why do you try to deceive me?
It's the sarcasm, the lying we're trying to teach you.
I see.
Right.
And I
I'll let go of Whisper. Thank you so much.
I'll come up behind Aaron and whack him in the back of the head.
Can I do anything about that?
Uncanny damage.
I have to be
So
able to see
Aaron's
them
aware.
for
I'll
uncanny
say,
damage. Yeah.
Gabriel, roll an attack.
Oh, gee.
20.
Ooh, yeah.
That beats, so it hits.
That hits.
I'm not gonna say it's doing any damage, but you just give him a good smack on the back of the head.
I just got uncursed for the first time in how many months? And you go ahead and clock me in the head. I am close to death again in the last 5 minutes. Thank you very much. What the actual fuck? Did the orc put you up to that? I bet he did.
No, if the
believes
orc
that
would have
you
done it, you
enjoyed
wouldn't have
this.
gotten hit in the head.
Whisper puts her hand on your shoulder, Aaron, and you feel a powerful warmth go through you, and you heal 24 hit points.
Holy crap.
So many.
Okay. Not sure what you did, but it. And I. Oh.
She gives you like a little pat on the cheek and says, "There you go," and she walks away a little bit.
See, now that would have been helpful.
Atreus believes that is what you enjoy the most.
Atreus is very book smart.
I was working on his sarcasm. I don't think he picked it up yet.
No, he picked you up. I saw that. Right. So here's the thing. Glacia, you all remember her? I
yes.
certainly do. She seems to be aware that we are here. There's a lot to tell. I suggest we go back to town and talk to the Tinker Tanner, whatever his name is.
We can talk about it on the way.
Tanner Tots.
Tanner Tots, yes. Right. Right. What is, I'm trying to remember his actual name now. Like it's gone that far.
Tinkle Tots.
Oh,
Tinkle Tots. Because that just sounds made up, which is great. This is wonderful. I love this. Right.
I like the Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys. Yes.
My favorite's Tinsel Crotch. That's my favorite.
All right. We need to go back to Toyota RAV4's cottage, and I couldn't think of it. Right. This is a lovely place. We've spruced it up. We've done our job. I think there's a reward in it for us as well, if I do recall.
The town.
Right. And I got this lovely new cloak. I'm also soaked in blood. I would really like to take a bath.
There isn't water for miles around.
Right. Actually,
Sorry.
I upturn the decanter and like do like the medium version and just
Yep. Just
yeah.
whoosh, this huge set of, or just a pile
Yeah,
of
take a
water
nice-
goes over the top of you.
Yep. Take a nice camp shower. I offer it to not Arya, to Whisper. Huh?
Yeah, she takes it and she rouses herself. She's, in this form, much more agreeable. And you see, like, even just a very, very faint smile on her face.
Lovely. You have done such a service. How well, perhaps we should walk and talk. Do you fancy some food back in town? He has a lovely place
Sure.
in this nice little pocket dimension or so.
However, if there are vampires to be slayed,
Slain.
slain,
Slain.
Slashed?
Destroyed.
Slashed.
To be slapped.
then that is something that I am tasked to do.
Like right
Wait.
now.
We're injured as fuck. We need to rest and regroup. But
Wait.
until then, until we're back to full, we need to. I mean, after that, we can go. At least I am going to go seek this vampire.
Right,
mean,
of course, of course.
Safe to rest here.
I would be cool with a nice rest in that the refurbished bedroom area with the silk sheets. It looks very nice and promising and probably safe. Probably.
The Raven Queen will protect us here.
Oh, fantastic. I'm just going to run to the room and, like, jump in a bed and pass out.
Yeah, I
Bring
guess
the
I
bed
will.
on landing.
Right, really though.
All right. And it is one of the best respites you've had in a long time, other than
Thank
the odd smell of drying blood on Aaron and Whisper. You have a fantastic rest and restore all of your health and
Wonderful.
all of your spell slots.
Wonderful.
All the
I have a
various
question.
things. Yes, question.
My hit point maximum was decreased quite a
Ah,
bit.
yes.
Is that back to normal?
It is back to normal.
Okay, thank God.
Was Aaron still 10 years older?
Ooh, interesting. Hold on, I gotta check the thing.
Oh
He's
yeah.
now 20 years old.
Rip Van Winkle.
Benjamin Button.
Isn't that the opposite way?
That's what's about to happen.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where's the thing?
Or talk the oracle. All right.
No, he remains aged.
Oh, shit.
Right. So this slight ache in my lower back just isn't gonna go away, is it? Great.
Wait, so how old is Aaron now?
I guess 36 in bodily age.
Right, because you aged, what, 10 years?
I think you aged me 10 years, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
36 years old?
Ghosts are nasty. Nasty boys.
Ghosts are nasty. If, you know, two of the people who were supposed to deal with them didn't get possessed, probably wouldn't have happened.
Got possessed, not old. What up?
Wait, you better believe I'm going to pull every when I was your age trick out of the book.
There you go.
Ortok's already sleeping. I'm sorry.
And he took the
tear
bed.
up.
No respect. No respect for his elders. He just takes the bed. None at all. I'll go to sleep in the chair and I'll do kind of that like half lean back with the chair legs off and I'll put my feet on the desk and just kind of
Oh, nice.
like a lazy security guard. Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
to go do the lazy security.
All right. Yeah, the 8 hours passes by without a hitch. About 5 minutes after you go to sleep, you kind of hear this weird, like, sound, and you look and Whisper had changed back into her tiefling form.
Right.
Then, yeah, you all have awakened.
Oh, I have not felt this good in years, probably. I'm ready to leave.
I have not felt this many years before.
Oh,
Oh,
I figured you'd wake up and be younger. This is a real problem.
I'll be fine. I will be fine.
I'll kind of go up to Aaron and I'll grab a wrinkle. No.
As he lifts his hand, I go, "Ugh."
Can I
my
fix this with a greater restoration? Is kind of what I'm trying to think through here.
Okay. You can try. You can cast Greater Restoration on him?
Yep.
Okay. Gabriel forces his hand towards you, and this golden light cascades through you, and you all watch as his various aged figures seem to slowly revert back to where they were before.
Your gray hair is gone.
Your various mid-30s aches and pains vanish.
Right. Let's have some breakfast whiskey.
All
I
right,
didn't-
I'm gonna
I don't
crack
even
o-
know if it's morning.
gonna
Thank you.
open the
you
half barrel of
giant-
wine that we have.
We do? I
That's
thought I
right,
got
you
rid
have
of
a
it.
half barrel.
We do have a half barrel. I thought that we got rid of it, and then I saw that it's a quarter
It's just
barrel of
in the
wine. It
bag.
was just hidden in the bag of holding.
That's awesome.
Oh no,
I
you
will
guys picked one up
also-
that was underneath the desk in this very room.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe that's
right.
what that is.
Yeah, because I had used up that barrel I had. But now this, Atreus, is what we call affection. Gabriel, if you don't mind. And
Huge bear hug. Good jump.
you can just absolutely feel the love. Oh, the love. I hope you're taking notes, lizard boy.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna take a swig from the quarter barrel and pass it around, and then
It's good.
make my way to the exit. Start making my way to the exit.
All right. Anyone else
Right.
have any other business this morning?
I need to leave this place. It smells like farts.
Farts. Oh my god. Burn. Fire.
Fine, fine.
Why? Okay, let's
So-
leave. We're leaving.
With the rest of you, Whisper trailing behind, she turns around for a little bit, kind of admiring the place, and then eventually steps out.
Right.
The door,
So,
you kind of step up this the staircase that you guys took to get down here. And
1 second.
Okay.
Before we left, I forgot I muted myself there.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say before we left, I don't like things I can't hurt for some reason, so I'm going to focus on the vampire and cast the locate creature.
Ooh, what's the range on that?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet.
Jeez.
Interesting.
it's right behind you. Yeah.
1,000.
You detect no vampires within that range.
But she went down the tube and okay. No, follow the rest of the
Okay. You get closer and closer to the doors, and you see a very faint light coming from them. And you hear the faint sounds of birds chirping as you open the door to reveal a very, very early morning forest. The trees
Does it-
seemingly restored and all of the ground back to normal. A butterfly flies by and greets you as you pass.
Oh, this is lovely.
Fucking bugs. What the son of a bitch.
Is the ground still muddy?
It is not.
This is absolutely lovely.
You turn
Wonderful.
around and see that the black stone, instead of just being a stone, is now an enormous Gothic temple. Three stories tall, huge stained glass windows with large iron spires that stick up into the sky. The stone now a part of a grand entryway.
I didn't
That
see
is-
that on the way in.
That is
I don't know how I
much,
missed that.
much better.
The forest kind of intrudes upon its presence as you see various trees kind of butting up against it and vines kind of growing along its exterior. But for the most part, the temple itself is in pristine condition.
I say job well done. Yes.
I agree.
Then you just hear a slow clap coming from Whisper. She says, "Don't take this the wrong way. Good job. Don't let it get to your head." And she kind of walks off, kind of scouting around a little bit.
I hold my shield over my head.
But now I finally can let things get to my head. I think I'll break the rule on that one. All right.
Oh, metaphor.
All right, so why don't we take a long walk back, and you can tell us everything that happened.
Oi. I think I will. So there I was, fighting off 100 ghosts in some sort of shadowy realm, etc., etc. I make it very much about me. By the way, I've perhaps gained her patronage next time I see her if we need it. There's, the obelisk, and we need to probably check these places out. Let's go back to Solaria, everyone, etc., etc. You get the gist.
Solaria.
Real quick, where's this obelisk? I was trying to write it down and I missed.
On the map, it's like the southern portion of the Forgotten Forests. Actually, I think on the actual official map, there is an obelisk marked on the map.
Let's take a look. I'm just gonna open it.
So, Matt, for the sake of gameplay, next time you gain a level, you are allowed to take a level in Paladin, Cleric, or Warlock.
That's terrifying. I love it. All right. Eldritch Blast. Sorry.
Is it the monolith of Taviern?
Yep, the Monolith of Tavirin.
Oh.
Well, is it a monolith or an obelisk?
Things we need to know.
I don't have a continuity editor, guys. I make shit up.
I also legitimately, I don't necessarily know the difference. So
I don't either.
yeah.
When in doubt, monolith
Fuck out.
versus.
Obelisk.
We must consult the greatest god of them all, Google. Yes.
Hold up. Why am I searching Bing? I'm.
What?
Sacrilege.
Unless you're getting paid to. That's a thing.
Oh, what do you know?
I've heard of that.
There's a comparison.
Anyway, on the way back.
Of course, there's a comparison.
So, Erin regales you with the various things about the Raven Queen having kind of blind spots in her vision of the world, and that the war with the devils is not going particularly well in the heavens. In addition, the symbol of Arya, the Withered One, is thorns in a double helix, like thorn vines with thorns on them, in a double helix, and that she has kind of evaded anyone that wishes to find her. And you guys have encountered her presence 2 times before this one, where in the Sunless Citadel, way back at levels 3 through 5, when you had found Balak using her journal and using one of her like in his journal, he said that he used Arya to try and find the Gulthias tree, this tree that spawned from a stake to the heart of a vampire. The second time, finding her presence near Solaria in this strange den where you guys had fought off a hydra that was menacing the land. The hydra seemingly the creation of Arya. And now, again, as the tattoo on Whisper's neck, seemingly unfinished, and now you look at her again, and the tattoo is gone. So, you guys slowly make your way back into town. It's a day and a half travel, and you spend one night. Now that the ground is normal, you think it would go faster, but now the forest is this new, flourishing, dense forest. And you get the sense on your way there, into your first night at least, that while, I mean, they call this the Forgotten Forest for a reason. You have heard here and there that the Forgotten Forest generally thought to be enchanted or cursed. And all of you get like this sense of like you're being watched. You look around and sometimes you see faces in trees, but then you turn around and the face is gone. It feels like the vines of the very forest try to reach out and grab you. Not in any sort of obvious way, but it feels like it's just really hard to move through this area, because the trees seem to almost try to impede your movement. That terrible thing where, like, Aaron's in front and he's like pushing this branch ahead of him, and he lets go of it and it flies back and slaps Ortok in the face. Or
sorry, it's a curse. It's a cursed forest. You see, it's not my fault.
It's forgotten, it's not cursed.
Oh, right. Of course.
We lifted the curse.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You guys get into your first night, and begin to make camp as the sun gets down low. And you have to camp a little bit earlier because the forest is so dense that the sun gets just blocked by all the various foliage. Are you guys taking washes for the night, or?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go
Is my
I can do a watch.
that point of exhaustion is gone now, right?
Yeah.
Because I know it like knocks off one point, but I just want to make sure that's not like the exhaustion's gone, but I'm still not rested, or whatever it is. So, I will. Who's watching? Sorry.
I can do a
Gabriel's
round.
okay.
I'm up all night.
Yep. So
I just
Atreus
picture it like-
and Gabriel.
I don't know. I just feel like you stand there and like you like do the Superman pose, and you probably just. I feel like you're some sort of like lighthouse where you just kind of spin in a circle.
The legs don't move, but he just kind of like
Legs don't
spins
move.
360 on the legs.
Yeah, but the torso just kind of moves around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some way through the watch, I want to talk to Atreus.
Okay.
You want me to roll for the watch?
Yeah, perception check for the watch.
Okay. I rolled a 14.
14,
8.
8. All right. I mean, there's lots of noise. You hear the howl of wolves off in the distance. You hear various nighttime creatures prowling through the canopy. You see kind of like faint signs of fey creatures, where like there'll be like a glowing globule that will just like kind of cruise through the forest off in the distance and eventually wink out of existence. A strange glowing pixie-like creature might just fly over 100 feet above you and flit to various tree to tree. But generally quiet, and
We haven't seen that big bird flying creature at all, have we? On our travels back?
so far, no.
Okay.
I'll look, Atreus. Some way through the watch. So, Atreus, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do have one brother. How about yourself?
Vilmir made 8 of us total. So I guess you could consider them siblings, 7. But if you had just discovered your own free will, would you wish to grant that to others who did not know it?
What was it? If I had discovered my own free will?
Would you wish to grant it to others who did not know it yet? Yeah, that was the question.
So you can grant others free will. So you're saying like your siblings?
No, it's like if you could, like, would you if you just discovered it, would you wish to be able to grant it to others who did not know it yet?
Guess maybe it depends on who.
Why would it matter? Would they?
So
Because I do not believe they know what I've been given either.
you don't know what you've been.
They don't know what I've been granted. I don't know if they would thrust upon them or given the choice.
You need to be
Your
closer
siblings?
to the mic, Cody.
What? Oh, sorry.
So your siblings don't know that you've been granted free will,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know what they have either, right?
Correct.
So you're wondering if you should tell them that you
I'm
have that?
wondering if I should find a way to give it to them in the first place.
Was there a time when you didn't have it?
Upon creation, yes. And then she came and gave it to me.
Your creator gave it to you?
No. She called herself the Queen of Light.
So is she giving you the option?
She
To-
gave me my free will, but I'm just struggling with the thought of should I find a way to grant that same choice to others in my same predicament?
Yeah, I guess I would still go with my same answer, and it probably depends, because you were constructed, or you're a construct, so you were designed for some specific purpose. So I guess depending on what you view as their intended purpose was, that could be good or bad if you gave them free will. I guess it depends. How do you feel?
I feel like they're being used when they don't have to be. Something to think about, I guess. And
Yeah, I think it's a good intention, but I don't know. I would just be worried that depending on what they were, I don't know how you were created, but if you're created to spread evil and you had free will, would you carry that out further than what was intended, or would you go against it because you could think for yourself? I guess that's where I'm kind of in a dilemma.
mm,
it'd probably be, well, it'd probably be better. I mean, if you could think for yourself, you would decide what is, I guess, what you think is right or wrong. So,
I think they should have the choice.
so do you think you could find her again and help her?
Been trying to every often again. I'm having difficulty connecting with her as of late, apparently. But all I know is Vilmir is a tempered individual.
So are the
That's why
so
I
the
ran
others?
away.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Vilmir is a tempestuous individual, from what I could tell, which is why I ran away in the first place.
Okay.
I
So the
didn't want
others
to
are
be
still with him.
disassembled in a menacing fashion.
Okay.
You guys remember Vilmir? Vilmir Lotto, the constructor and the
Yeah, he made the
man
eagle,
that
right?
gave that malfunctioning backpack to his apprentice.
Right.
Hmm.
So, well, if we're heading back to Solaria, maybe we could at least set them free.
I haven't the slightest idea how to do that. That's the problem.
Would they be, without their own free will, would they be able to do, like, did you, I guess, how did you meet her to get your,
I had a vision, which is essentially my first memory, and it was a bright light, and a woman's voice was speaking to me. It says that she said, "Wake up, my child. The Queen of Light smiles upon you. Take this blessing and be free." And this appeared around my neck, and I show him the amulet of the Queen.
but then it was after that that you were able to leave?
I disappeared around my neck, and I woke up and was watching Vilmir rather manically disassemble one of my siblings because he was upset with how it was performing. And then I found an opportunity to run away. I took it. I
Okay.
did not want to stick around.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah, knowing
We were undoubtedly designed for war. It's
but yeah, so far you seem to be thinking reasonable for what I see. Well, maybe we could help them out while we're in Solaria. We'll have to talk. We could talk to the others in the morning.
okay.
But without their own free will, do you think they'd be able to leave?
No, I don't think so. They would not be able to make the choice. I don't think they're.
Would they
essentially
Would they
automatons.
respond? So they wouldn't respond to any of us. They'd only respond to Vladimir.
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, it is a little ways to Solaria, so I think we might be able to discuss it and come up with some strategy.
Okay. Thank you, Atreus, and I pat him on the head.
Good
And
dragonborn.
Alright.
Good sorcerer. Now
Renee.
stay.
Alright.
Return to an inert-looking state.
You get back to the end of your rest without any trouble, or the end of this watch. Sorry, without any trouble. Second watch. Who's taking second watch?
oil to it.
All right. Perception check.
Versus it's not very good at all. Like it's pretty bad. Oh wow, wait, no, I get my perception score back.
Yay!
Either way, it's still just a 9, but
Oh,
it's way better than the one it would have.
the most satisfying 9
Yes.
you've ever had.
Right?
Am I awake? I know I'm awake.
Yep.
Do you want me to roll
Perception
for
check.
it?
I'm so happy to notice things that I don't notice anything.
Wait, never mind.
25.
25. All right, Aaron, you're freaking tired. And
Yeah.
you doze off a few times.
Yeah.
At
Aaron, go back to sleep.
Pats on the
Go back to sleep.
go to sleep. All
Oh
right.
dear.
During one of your intermittent naps, Aaron, Gabriel,
Uh-huh.
you hear the flapping of large wings. Flies overhead.
Do I see it?
You can't see through the canopy, it's too dense. But you hear flies by, and then a little bit of crashing through the trees a little bit further on, and that actually awakens everyone from the sound.
Okay. I was gonna be. Dang, I didn't have that spell.
You all awake to kind of a crashing sound about maybe 200 feet away towards the north.
Did it sound as big of a sound as I think that huge flying creature would make if it crashed down?
was pretty big.
Oh, jeez.
You hear the sound of trees snapping, and a couple larger ones you see kind of the canopy rustle a little bit as one tree crashes into the ground.
So did it sound like he landed or just crashed? Like did
It's hard to
or
tell.
I can't tell because everything's smashing. Okay.
Holy shit, what was that sound?
I have no idea.
Alright, it was from over there?
We don't have any
Point.
lights on or anything, do we?
I can say
Fire's going.
your fire is long since burnt out.
Okay.
Maybe we should, investigate.
In that direction.
Yes, let's go.
I'm gonna start sneaking in that direction with my maul.
Okay.
Good old
stealth check.
Paul.
Wait. Well, do we hear it rustling around still, or was it
You
after
still
we
hear
heard
a
it?
sound. You hear kind of like this huffing sound coming from that direction, and a little bit more rustling.
Yes. Wow, I don't know. I roll so bad. 10 stealth.
10. 4 talk.
I'm gonna whisper to Oratak. Are you sure we want to head towards whatever that was?
I mean, we could head away from it too. What is it?
I don't know if we want to find out.
Whisper moves up, and she's like, you don't know where she came from. She's all of a sudden ahead of Ortok, and she just says, "Shh."
Jesus Christ! Whoever that is.
I'll check it out.
Alright, I'm gonna just wait here. Okay, bye.
She rolls a 29 on stealth.
Of course she does. Yeah.
Disappears just as fast as we saw her.
Right.
She just leaps through one of the bushes, and she's just gone. About 30 seconds later, you hear a rustle through the trees, and Whisper bursts through the bushes, and she says, "Run, fucking run!" And she just starts booking it the other direction. And you hear this crashing and a roar.
Run.
Alright, then run. Go back.
I I got it. Okay.
Just gonna take off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start following right behind him.
All right.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. Where is it? Sorry, I'm trying to find the. Go ahead.
Okay. Who do you think would be last in this running order?
Who's got the
would that
slowest
be-
speed?
I was gonna say, would that be a either a speed or an athletics check of some kind?
Who's got? I think Ortok's the fastest, and then I
You're
think it's
kidding.
tied
Okay.
after that, right? Like everyone's got 30.
Oh, fuck you guys. Oh.
It's just
everyone's
because you're
speed
7
30.
feet tall.
Yeah, mine's 30.
I'm only 6'5".
That's
I
fair.
think.
Yeah. Let's everyone do an athletics check for me real quick.
Woot.
We'll see who's last.
Oh, it's a natural 20 on my end.
Ooh, I got 17.
17.
I am like Naruto jumping through the trees right now. The Naruto run, of course, with the arms behind and everything. Yeah.
14.
14. Gabriel, you're trying to smash through the trees, but you're a little bit more bulky than the rest of these people, and you're slowed a little bit trying to run through them. And from behind you, bursting through the trees, an enormous reptilian head as a green dragon head bursts between two of these large trees and roars at you and just says, "Why are you running?" And then we'll leave it off there for tonight.
Wait. Oh.
Ha ha. Okay.
Yeah, we just evaded death by vampire. Oh, but wait. Hold up.
See, but why are you running though?
But why? I'm trying to
Why are you
find.
running?
Whisper told us.
Where is it? Here it is. The scene. Yeah. I was waiting for. When does it do the thing, though? Don't mind me, you guys. I'm searching. Do it. Do it.
Dude.
There it is.
Oh, you're looking for the Jurassic Park roar?
Yep.
Yeah.
Must go faster.
But also the stomping. Yes. Actually, I cut it off right before Jeff Goldblum said that.
Oh, sad.
To be fair, those impact tremors sound like shotgun shots.
I mean, do you know what T-Rex impact tremors actually sound like?
Yes!
At this point, we don't even know if they had feathers or not. Like,
Oh, they did.
oh, they did.
Yeah.
They were basically just
least some
giant
of them did.
chickens.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I love that.
There's this
Imagine a
great
giant feather.
page on Facebook that talks about that's pretty much for people who own chickens and stuff like that. And it's this really funny meme I saw, and it was like, if chickens were big enough, do you think they'd eat us? And then every post within like a second of that says yes, without hesitation, without mercy.
They would. Yes.
They would.
Yes. It's the whole like when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail type of thing. When you're a chicken, everything looks like corn. Yes.
Yeah.
Everything looks like
Well,
corn.
thanks to those who watched this episode.
Woo!
What will happen next time? Will they get eaten by a green dragon? I don't know. Tune in
Probably.
next time. Next
Or
week. Are we all
Taco
good
eat
for next
a
week?
Green dragon.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I think I did.
I believe so.
I think
Dig.
Let me
the
double
week of the
check.
4th. I can't do that.
I am good to go.
Right, but next week should be okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Oh,
Next
yeah.
week and the week
Great.
after and the week after that.
Sweet.
Nice.
I'm good.
Can't.
Goodbye, Internet.